Folks, I'm with a man that you've seen me talk about before, Rick Bolander. He's managing partner of Gabriel Venture Partners, and we're in his. Actually, this is a cool office. I like the office. We even got coffee and everything else here, water.
Thank you, Zay.
But aside from the idle chit chat about how great your coffee is, Rick, you've got a great background, which I'm going to get to. Well, actually, let's talk about first of all before we talk about demo. Give us a feel for your background because you come from an engineering background before you became a venture capitalist, right?
Right. I was a design engineer, computer architect, and I love building things. I had taken on roles earlier in my career, doing some design work, and then moved into management and got involved with the telecom industry. And so a lot of the investments reflect that in terms of network investments, communication investments, and using basically the infrastructure, data infrastructure, to be able to build out very scalable businesses using that infrastructure. So where Gabriel's moved is looking at either disruptive technologies, not just in communication but in other areas, as well as disruptive business models, oftentimes leveraging technology. And so those are the areas we look at. And at demo this year, they had a lot on the cloud, and they had big data and some of the topics you would expect to see there. But one of the areas I think they've really broadened out on is in consumer. And I think that's an aspect that's driven by social media, which is consumer related, obviously. And so you saw a lot more of that bent in demo than you've had in previous years. And we at Gabriel have done things that are consumer related, but they've always had a very focused market segment bent.
Like Khajiit, for example.
Like Khajiit and like Chegg, exactly. Where we're looking at taking a market and disrupting it with a different business model. Or serving a segment of the market that's very underserved. In Khajiit, it's the tween segment, which is 8 to 14-year-old kids for mobile, and doing it in a very responsible way, letting kids be themselves, respecting their intelligence and their creativity, but at the same time providing the appropriate oversight by parents and guardians. In Chegg, providing a very, very, you could say, overserved market, which is the college student, with very, very expensive textbooks with constant revisions that extracts a huge amount of dollars from education where they could be spending it differently because they're spending so much money on textbooks. So those were two examples of using technology to really provide service to an underserved market. In that demo, in the consumer area, one thing that we saw it has nothing to do with telecom or heavy duty technology, but it basically is a system integration play with a scooter, and it's a skateboard where they've integrated different technologies, including a lithium-ion battery, and using weight sensor technology to be able to have a motorized skateboard. And you can use this not just in kind of resort type of areas, but you can see this being used in certain, industrial automation in other areas. Easy to get around, very low cost relative to other expensive solutions. You need a balance, obviously, because it is a skateboard at the end of the day. Because it is a skateboard, it's very mobile, it's compact, it's very portable.
Wait, did you ride this thing?
I didn't demo it that far. I saw videos, but I didn't get on top of it. But it is pretty cool. I thought it was very interesting, and it addresses a certain market for like $400 or $500. It's more than your average skateboard, but when you think about this as a kind of a transportation mode too, I thought it was pretty cool.
Is this something that Gabriel's going to be funding, I think?
I doubt that we'll be funding it for two reasons. It doesn't really hit smack on disruptive business model, disruptive technology per se. But and the issue for us is that we typically like to see a market get a certain size. But for a super angel or angel investor, this could be a very interesting investment because you could look at this opportunity as to attract a customer set through, for instance, surf shops, right? Where this would be a natural because of the juxtaposition where these skateboards would be used.
Right.
And at the same time, you find those who sell skateboards not in that market at all, and they could look at purchasing this company down the road to gain entry into a whole new channel that could be very attractive. Is that a billion-dollar exit? Don't think so. But could that be an attractive exit for an angel investor for a company that really doesn't need much capital? Absolutely. So that could be a very interesting play. And at the end of the day, we innovation which drives value, and this seems to be a very innovative